Hey Jay, I thought maybe an explanation would help rather than you having to read my typing. What you have here is the scavenger hunt list, and you've got some leaf examples worth 1 point each and some tree examples worth 2 points each. So the little green guide, if you start on page 5, it's going to help you go through the choices of what your particular specimen could be. So let's just say you were on campus or maybe at a park near your house and you saw this leaf. You might collect the leaf and stand by the tree because there's going to be some features of the tree you need to see from the actual tree and not just the leaf. So you're standing there by your tree and you're going to first review some of the terms from the lab. So when I look at this leaf, I see that this edge or the margin is nice and smooth, okay? Meaning it doesn't have little jags along the way. Like some leaves have little jags along the edge, like a steak knife has the serration so you can cut through the steak. So this is nice and smooth. So if I were looking down here, that particular leaf example would count for number 1. It could not count for number 2 because it's smooth and not sawtoothed or serrated. It is a simple leaf because what you see coming from this little stalk here is just one big connected green structure, or in this case it's starting to turn colors, but you have one connected structure. So a compound leaf would be more divided into smaller leaflets, as we call them, and separated from each other. So it can't be 3 or 4. It's not an evergreen leaf. This is something like a pine tree, like a Christmas tree, spruce, fir. They tend to have needles. So kind of thick, short needles, long needles, not exactly these broad, flat leaves like this particular leaf. All right, when I look at 7, this says leaf has 3 to 5 lobes. Each one of these things that juts out is a lobe. So this is 1 lobe. This is 2, 3, 4, and then the last one here, 5. So you can count this one already is leaf example 1 and leaf example 7. So that gets you 2 points. Because you had 5 lobes, you can't count it for one that has 6 or more. Lastly, these 2 terms, again, introduced in the rest of the lab. So be sure you read the background information that was also posted in our lab. But what this says is, how would you describe the pattern of leaf veins? So leaves have veins much like you and I do, but their veins are going to distribute water and sugar and nutrients. So you see that these veins, these kind of lines down the leaf are the veins. Now in a pinnate leaf, you'd have one vein with ones coming off of it, much like tree limbs come off of a tree, kind of like this, you know. This one instead has veins coming off from a common point, much like your fingers radiate from your palm. So this one's called palmate venation. So right there, you've got 3 points. But you need to go find that leaf. And when you find the leaf, or when you find that tree, collect a leaf, and then you can take a picture of the leaf next to your face, or you can put your CCID down or some other ID that identifies you. So no, it's your picture, not just some picture, from the internet. So what you're going to use is that tree guide to identify that tree leaf. And what I'm going to tell you is that that leaf could be one of these things down below, okay? It could even be 21. So that gives you 2 more points. So that one tree leaf gave you 5 points. And what it says up here is that you want to accumulate 15 points. So maybe you only have to collect 5 or 6, maybe 7 leaves to get your 15 points. Okay. Now what I would do is I would collect my leaves, I'd bring them home, and I would lay them out maybe on your on a counter or a table or desk. And you could just cut out a little piece of paper or and put the numbers that it counts for. So this leaf, if I remember, it counted for number 1, it counted for number 7, and it counted for one of the ones below. So you could take just like a marker or a Sharpie or something like that and try to write the number on the leaf so I can see it. So you put number 1, number 7, and whichever number from below, or you could just make just a little piece of paper and put by it and put it on your table. To save you some time, you could just do that with all your leaf samples, put them on the table, maybe stand up on a chair and take a picture so that I can see all of your collection. Make sure that when you do that, that whenever you're probably going to email it to yourself, that you do that at the highest resolution, because I'll probably have to zoom in to see what you wrote. So let me know if this helps. Okay, take care. See you in class on Friday.